I want you to think about your breakfast this morning. Maybe you had a yogurt with some berries on top, maybe a bowl of granola, maybe a quick muffin on your way out the door because you did not have time to cook. In your mind, you did the right thing. You skipped the fast food. You skipped the donuts. You made a healthy choice. But what if I told you that almost everything I just listed is not what you think it is? What if the yogurt you trust has more sugar than a candy bar? What if the granola you sprinkle on top is one of the most sugar-loaded foods in your kitchen? What if the muffin you grabbed is just cake wearing a disguise? Today, I am going to walk you through 7 breakfast foods that millions of people eat every single morning, fully convinced they are taking care of their body. And I am going to show you exactly why the food industry wants you to keep believing that. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here, comment where you're watching, and don't forget to like and share to your loved ones. By the end of this video, you will never look at your kitchen the same way again. Let us get into it. Number 1. Flavored yogurt. Let us start with the one almost everybody trusts. Yogurt has probiotics, it has calcium, it has protein. For decades, doctors and nutritionists have told us yogurt is one of the best things you can eat in the morning. And plain yogurt? That part is true. But here is the problem. Almost nobody eats plain yogurt. We eat strawberry yogurt, vanilla yogurt, yogurt with fruit at the bottom, and that is where things fall apart. A lot of flavored yogurt on the shelf can contain up to 30 grams of total sugar in a single cup. That is about 7.5 teaspoons of sugar. To put that in perspective, the American Heart Association recommends adults stay under about 25 to 36 grams of added sugar for the entire day. You could hit almost your whole daily sugar limit from one yogurt cup before lunch. And the fruit at the bottom? In most cases, that is not real fruit. It is fruit syrup or fruit concentrate, sweetened, thickened, and colored to look like real strawberries. So you think you are eating a protein-rich, gut-friendly breakfast. In reality, you might be eating a sugar dessert with a health label on it. The fix is simple. Choose plain Greek yogurt. It has far more protein, far less sugar, and you control exactly what goes into it. Add real fruit yourself, a few berries, a drizzle of honey if you want sweetness. You get the same satisfaction without the sugar trap. Number 2. Granola. This one shocks almost everyone the first time they hear it. Granola has this image in our heads. Oats, nuts, maybe some honey, crunchy, wholesome, the kind of thing you would see in a health magazine. But most store-bought granola is closer to a candy bar than a health food. Here is why. To get that golden, crunchy texture, granola is baked with oil and sugar, lots of it. Many popular granola brands contain more sugar per serving than a chocolate chip cookie. And the serving size matters here too. Most people do not measure out a quarter cup of granola. We pour a big handful, maybe 2, straight onto our yogurt or cereal. That handful can easily contain 15 to 20 grams of sugar before you have even added anything else to the bowl. So you take your plain yogurt, the one you correctly chose to avoid sugar, and you pour granola on top, completely undoing the healthy choice you just made. The fix? Look for granola with less than 5 grams of sugar per serving. Or better, make your own. Oats, a small amount of honey, nuts, and seeds, baked at home. You control the sugar completely. Number 3. Instant oatmeal packets. Oats themselves are genuinely one of the healthiest grains you can eat. High in fiber, good for your heart, keeps you full for hours. But there is a massive difference between oats and instant oatmeal packets. Those little packets that say peaches and cream, or maple and brown sugar, or apple cinnamon, read the ingredient list. In most cases, there is barely any actual fruit in there. What you are really getting is processed oats stripped of much of their natural fiber, combined with added sugar, artificial flavoring, and preservatives to make it taste like dessert. A single packet can contain 12 to 13 grams of added sugar. And most people eat 2 packets, not 1. The texture is also a clue. Real oats take time to cook because the fiber structure is intact. Instant oatmeal cooks in 90 seconds because that fiber has already been broken down during processing. That fast breakdown means your body digests it quickly too, which means a faster blood sugar spike and you feeling hungry again within an hour or 2. The fix is easy. Buy plain rolled oats or steel-cut oats. Cook them yourself. Add your own cinnamon, your own fruit, your own nuts. It takes a few extra minutes, but the fiber stays intact, and your body actually benefits the way you think it does. Number 4. Fruit juice and smoothies. I have already gone deep into this one in a previous video, so I will keep this short. But it deserves a place on this list because so many people still treat it as the healthiest item on their breakfast table. Fruit juice removes the fiber from fruit, leaving behind concentrated sugar that hits your bloodstream fast and overloads your liver. Even smoothies can fall into the same trap if they are made with juice as a base instead of whole fruit, yogurt, or milk. If you want the quick version, the rule is simple. Eat the fruit, do not drink it. Whole fruit keeps the fiber intact, slows down sugar absorption, and actually fills you up. Juice does almost none of that. Number 5. Whole grain breakfast cereal. This one relies on a very specific marketing trick, and once you see it, you will notice it everywhere. A cereal box can legally say whole grain on the front, even if whole grain is not the main ingredient. Some popular cereals list whole grain rice first, and refined rice right after it. That means you are getting a mix, not a fully whole grain product, even though the box makes it look like a clean, fiber-rich choice. Many of these cereals contain only 2 to 3 grams of fiber per serving, and almost no protein. Without fiber or protein, your blood sugar rises quickly after eating, and then drops just as quickly. That drop is exactly why you feel hungry again by 10 in the morning, even though you just ate breakfast an hour ago. And then there is the sugar. Some cereals marketed toward adults as a heart-healthy option still contain 10 to 12 grams of sugar per serving. People assume cereal sugar is a kid's problem. It is not. The fix? Flip the box around. Ignore the front entirely. Look at the ingredient list. The first ingredient should be a whole grain, not a refined one. And check the fiber. Aim for at least 4 to 5 grams per serving, with protein included, or added separately through milk, nuts, or seeds. Number 6. Bran and blueberry muffins. This is one of the most convincing health disguises in the entire breakfast aisle. Bran sounds healthy. Fiber, whole grain, the word alone feels responsible. Blueberry sounds healthy too. Real fruit, antioxidants, the kind of word that makes you feel good about your choice. But a Bran muffin from a coffee shop or bakery can contain as much sugar and fat as a slice of cake. In many cases, more. These muffins are made with refined flour, large amounts of sugar, and oil or butter to keep them moist. The bran or blueberries are often a small fraction of the actual recipe. A typical bakery muffin can range from 400 to 500 calories, loaded mostly with sugar and refined carbohydrates, with very little fiber actually making it into the final product despite the name on the label. You walk away from the coffee shop, feeling like you made a smart choice. In reality, you just ate something closer to dessert, and you will likely be hungry again within the hour because there is nothing in that muffin to keep you full. If you love muffins, the fix is the same as everything else on this list. Make your own. Control the sugar. Use real bran, real fruit, less oil. Or treat a bakery muffin as the occasional treat that it actually is, not a daily breakfast habit. Number 7. Dried fruit. This last one surprises people the most, because dried fruit feels like the safest, most natural snack on this entire list. It is still fruit, right? No added anything, just dried. Here is the problem. The drying process removes water, but it does not remove sugar. It concentrates it. According to Harvard Health Publishing, 100 grams of fresh apple contains about 10 grams of sugar. The same 100 grams of dried apple contains around 57 grams of sugar. That is more than 5 times the sugar, in the exact same weight of food. And because dried fruit is small, light, and easy to snack on, people eat far more of it than they would ever eat in fresh form. Nobody sits down and eats 5 whole apples in one sitting, but a small handful of dried apple slices, dried mango, or raisins can easily contain the sugar equivalent of several pieces of fresh fruit, eaten in under a minute. Many brands also coat dried fruit in additional sugar or syrup to improve flavor and shelf life, pushing the sugar content even higher than the natural concentration already creates. The fix? Treat dried fruit as a small topping, not a snack. A few pieces on your oatmeal or yogurt is fine. A handful eaten straight from the bag, several times a week, adds up fast. Bringing it all together. So let us step back for a moment. What do all 7 of these foods have in common? Every single one of them carries what nutrition experts call a health halo. A word, a label, an image that makes the product feel automatically good for you, even when the actual nutrition facts tell a different story. Low fat, whole grain, natural, real fruit. These words are not lies, exactly. They are just incomplete. A product can be technically low fat and still be loaded with sugar. A cereal can technically contain whole grain and still be mostly refined. A muffin can technically contain blueberries and still be closer to cake. Food companies are allowed to highlight one positive thing about a product, even if everything else about that product works against you. That is not illegal, it is just marketing, and it works. Because most of us are moving fast in the morning, we do not have time to read every label. We trust the word on the front of the box. This video is not about fear, and it is not about telling you to never eat any of these foods again. It is about closing the gap between what you think you are eating and what you are actually eating. Here is the simplest rule I can give you. The fewer the ingredients, the more honest the food. Plain yogurt instead of flavored. Whole oats instead of the instant packet. A real apple instead of the dried version. Real bran and real fruit you add yourself, instead of a muffin that only borrows their names. You do not need a complicated diet plan to fix your breakfast. You need to start flipping the box around and reading what is actually inside. Your body experiences what you eat, not what the label tells you about what you eat. Once you understand that difference, you will never be fooled by a health halo again. Now here is what I want you to do. Go to your kitchen today. Pick up whatever you ate for breakfast this morning. Flip it around. Read the ingredient list. Just that one small habit will change more about your health than almost any diet you could try. And tell me in the comments which one of these 7 surprised you the most. I read every comment, and I want to know which health halo had you fooled. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone who eats one of these 7 things every single morning, thinking it is the healthy choice. They deserve to know this too. And if you want to go deeper on exactly why fruit juice belongs on this list, I broke it down in full in another video. Go watch that one next. Subscribe before you go. I put out videos like this every week, breaking down the foods we trust without question. You do not want to miss the next one. I will see you there.